Hello, BSF leaders. Welcome to Slack. Slack is a communication tool that we use within BSF leadership. We use it to get in touch with one another. We use it to hear and receive information from Kathy and other leaders. Anything important that they need to communicate with us, they will send out using Slack rather than flooding your email box with multiple messages. So it's a great tool. You can get in touch with any of the leaders without necessarily knowing their contact information because we are all on Slack. So the first thing you need to know is how to access Slack. This is how we get on using a web page. You don't have to download anything. You just go to slack.com/sign in. That's the first thing. Up here, slack.com/sign in, slack.com/signin, and it will bring you to this page. You can sign on using your Google account or your Apple account. If you have one of those, that's just fine. You can also sign on with your email. The only thing that's important to remember is to use whichever one of these that you provided to registration when you signed up for BSF. So I'm going to show you what it looks like using email. This is the email address that I gave BSF registration when I signed up. That's the one they use. Sign in with email, and then you'll find this page. Check your email for a code. So I'm going to go to my email box, and immediately it's already there. PFW3CS. PFW3CS. Yours will be different, of course. That proves that I am that email. You don't even need a password. Because Sarah Eck has added your email to our BSF Bremerton group, you will see BSF Bremerton right here and click on Open. Now this is what it looks like on a computer as a web page. You can download an app to your phone, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute, but all the main things work the same. So the first thing over on this side here, you want to look at this menu on the left in purple. It's got threads, which we can talk about. I don't really have many threads. Those are basically conversations that you started. So you probably won't have any of those. This is mentions and reactions. So this is things where someone's mentioned me. So that can be useful to see if you've been called out in some way. Mostly when you go to this, you're going to go to some of these channels. When you log into Slack for the first time, I recommend you go to Announcements, PPKD. This is General Announcements. So, looks like here, Christine Merritt has put together a Spotify playlist. That's fantastic. Here you can click on this link. Here are the lyrics to this song, Promise Keeper. So that's great. That's information announcements. Okay. If I go to General, I'll find, Christine Merritt's also added a 6-day devotional on God's character to prepare our hearts for PPKD. If you scroll up a little bit, you'll see Kathy also sent out the weekly informational, what used to be an email. Now she's posted it here in General. So you get all the pertinent details for that week that you need to know. General prayer. You can look and see. This is a link to the prayer guide. Thank you, Kathy. Could you please pray for my son's surgery Friday morning? From Sophie. You can post things here. So let's see. I can click on this, Kathy. I'm just going to click right here. Let's see here. And then I can say, thank you. And because I'm thanking Kathy, I'm going to click on this @ symbol and write Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. So now when she clicks on mentions, she'll see that I mentioned her name. And then I click over here, send now. Okay. That's how you respond to something. God sightings is what it sounds like. Now mine, says group leaders. It's locked because only the group leaders can see this. If you're a children's leader, you'll have a children's leader group, and only the children's leaders can see that. So if it's pertinent only to that smaller group of leaders, it'll be in this section. Leader prayer for the Matthew study. Planned absences is useful, and I'm actually going to add one because I haven't told anyone. Vacation, October 3rd to the 18th. I will be gone. So I'm going to type that in here. For planned absences, come over to this little arrow and press. So now it's got listed. See, Christine says I'll be in Florida for a baby shower these dates. Gloria is going to be gone these dates. So now mine is listed, and Kathy and whoever else needs to know will know that my group needs to be covered on these dates. Sliding down here, you'll see direct messages. You can just click plus. And up here, you can write somebody's name. Let's see, Sarah Eck. This is a message for Sarah Eck. I said hi earlier. She said, were you testing something? Yes, I was. Demonstrating. Oops, I can't spell. Right click and it's fixed. Thank goodness. Yes, I was demonstrating. So that's my response to her message. And in this case, only she and I can see this. Up here it says Sarah Eck. That's the only person that can see this strain of messages. So direct messages, I can click on Christine. This is another direct message. She and I had a conversation. I can add to that. Can you send me a test message? Sure. And you put out some activity to show how channel goes bold. That is a great comment. So if you look over here and notice some things are bold. So God Sightings is bold because I haven't looked at that. It means there's content there that I haven't seen yet. If I click on it, it brings me up to where I last saw. So from this red line down is things I haven't looked at. Oh, and here's Carla. I haven't clicked on this in a long time. So we have Carla still posting last September. And I can scroll down and see all of the other things that have been posted along with God Sightings. So these I haven't clicked on in a while. There's new information, but I'm not terribly worried because it's about the Matthew study, so it's probably old information now. So when you first get on here, you want to look at what channels are bold, click on those, read the new information, and most of the time that's all you'll need to do and you're done. If it requires some kind of response, you can see now how to respond by just typing in the bottom here, adding the @ symbol if it's to somebody. You can also add an emoji. You can make it bold or italics, and all these different things if you needed to. For the most part, you're just going to type something and click send. If you want to send a message to somebody in particular, you can come down here to direct messages, open a direct message, plus symbol. You can also mark all as read, and I'm guessing channels too. Mark all as read, so I can clear out. Now nothing is bold because I marked them all as done. So now at the beginning of the fall, it'll all be fresh, and now I'll really know if there's anything new as of today. That's everything that I can think of that you need to know. You can search up here, search specific things. If you saw something and you can't find it again, that's a good way of doing it. History, things you've done. And that is all there is to Slack. I hope this has been helpful. If you need further help, don't hesitate to get in touch. I'm Rochelle Graham. Either myself or Sarah Eck or Chris Merritt, we would all be happy to help you further. Have a great day. God bless.